wanted to find a technical association that could give me the services and the depth of knowledge to support me during my career. I looked at several other different organizations, about 6 or 8 of them, but I tried to find one that was focused on industry and was not just an academic organization. The ISA had a very nice balance between industry practitioners, end users, vendors, and those that are involved with the more research aspects. The ISA also has an important standards organization that developed many of the standards that I use through my day-to-day job. So in my view, it was very good value for the money, that it was less than $200 to belong to the organization, and I've made many, many contacts over the years.
And in the management division, we actually talked a lot about leadership. I was able to get involved in a division that was in a growth phase, and I got involved and kind of got magically transported into leadership roles within management, and I myself learned a lot about leadership through management division.
When I was doing process analyzers, I was supporting the site analyzers, and I was walking down the hall talking to one of the analyzer technicians, and I said, "Hey, what are you working on, Mike?" And he says, "We're trying to solve this problem." I says, "Oh, okay." So he described the problem to me, and I said, "Oh, I think Teflon might do the trick." So the friction pressure drop problem. So I phoned this guy from DuPont, which manufactures the Teflon. He said, No. Because he helped manufacture analyzers that DuPont used to make. He said, No, don't use Teflon. Use the same stuff that they use to line the engines of racing cars. So this guy had been working on the problem for 2 weeks, and because of who I knew and my involvement in ISA, I was able to solve it in 3 hours. So that's the value of ISA that I use all the time. That's one of my favorite examples of it's not just what you know, but who you know, and knowing who knows what type of thing is really the big value.
I think one of the least known facts about ISA is that we have a wonderful time. The people that are here, the people that go to the meetings, part of the sections, people that volunteer, put their heart into ISA. And anytime you've got someone that is fully involved and interested, you're going to have a blast. And that's really probably the best thing about it is the lifelong friends that I've made.
Wonderful articles in Intech that go back to kind of fundamentals 101s of flow measurement of temperature, whatever the particular topic may be. The books are industry leading and great resources. So ISA continues to pull those forward. I know I've used them throughout my career as a wonderful resource, and the upside of involvement in leadership with ISA is I've had the opportunity to meet the guys that wrote the book. So if I had a question, I didn't have to sit there and wonder, hey, what were they thinking when they put this section together, or what led them to this conclusion? Being involved with ISA, I've met the guys, so I can shoot them an email and say, hey, question for you about this chapter in your book. How'd you get there? And it's just been a wonderful opportunity to learn beyond what's behind the pages.
Found no better resource in terms of books for developing a person's skills than ISA for an automation professional. So I read a control book a month for 6 years, and I have to say there's nothing that I've done that was more, that I got more self-development from than that, just reading a book a month for 6 years and then writing a review of it so I could explain to other people what I got out of it. And was it worth the effort?
ISA taught me an enormous amount about what I needed to learn in my job. And that was very early in my career, like the first year. I did not know much about it. The systems I was supporting and the customers I was handling and what they do, why they do it, and how we could help them. So it was very important to me early on to learn from the industry. And what I'd like to do, or what I've been doing, is giving back so that others could pick up on that and accelerate, their careers and accelerate their learning as well.
The value of ISA has brought me a lot of training, as well as when you look at ISA as the whole organization, the value it's brought to me is not only networking, it's helped me in my professional development, it's helped me become a better team leader, working with other senior people within the organization. So it's brought me a lot of opportunities. So the value I get from the ISA is professional development.
As a new grad, it allows me to meet new people in my industry and connects me to other mentors that I can relate to and people who have the knowledge that I need to help me progress in my career.
I want to mature my career and mature my knowledge, and ISA gives me the opportunity to have some of the best training available, the best knowledge in safety, the best knowledge in measurement, flow, and even management.
We talked.
Advantages, I say, from a career standpoint, for me, have been around the standards activities and being able to drive certain standards to the benefit of the petrochemical and refining industry that I work in. Standards are certainly value added when they're utilized and they add value to industry, but not all standards are created equal.
Yeah.
A lot of times, standards are created by, in some instances, parties that are trying to drive a commercial advantage within the industry segment, and from an end user standpoint, those are not the best standards. So, the more end users that can participate in standards and be able to drive standards to the betterment of our industry certainly adds value, and that's one of the principal reasons I became active in ISA.
I'll tell you personally, I had never done a presentation in front of probably more than 5 or 10 people. And when I did that first presentation in Anaheim, the vendor actually said, you know what, why don't you do the whole thing? So I ended up doing my part of the presentation and the supplier's part of the presentation in front of a group of about 50 plus. And it really just changed my personal ability to speak, my confidence level, and all of those things. And I took a number of courses in public speaking in the past, but nothing has prepared me for doing presentations, understanding the whole budgeting process, the whole management and leadership track that you get just by being engaged and being involved in ISA leadership is just phenomenal.